Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the Nyland Music YouTube channel. So to finish off this little series into Tanglewood guitars that I've been doing, I have these two guitars to show you. So we'll start off with this one, I think. So this is the Tanglewood TW4, and at Nyland Music this guitar is priced at $349. So we're about £100 or so up from the last guitar in the last video. But spec wise, you're now getting a solid spruce top, laminated mahogany back and sides. Also you're getting a new bone saddle and nut as well, so there's an upgrade there. You also get an upgraded pickup system, so this is the Tanglewood Premium Plus, which has a bit more EQ control and a phase switch as well. Just a few little extra sort of details as well, like on the heel joint here you got this little T inlay, a bit of extra binding work, and then going up the neck you have this little volute here to add strength on the neck, and you also are getting these Grover tuners as well, so pretty much upgrades across the board really. So for your extra £100, that's what you're getting on top of the last guitar spec wise with this one, the Tanglewood TW4. And on this guitar, which has a very awkward name, which is the TWJ SFCE Java. So names perhaps aren't their strong point, but it is what it is with names. So this guitar at Nyland Music, we are now at double the price point of the guitar of the last video. So this one is $499, and spec wise on here you're now getting a solid cedar top with, I'll just try and get a close up on the back and sides because it's quite interesting. You sort of, what you'll be seeing as we've done these videos is you kind of get a mix on the jumps of sort of visual and hardware sort of spec upgrades. So you get on this one, this wood is called Amara, I believe, which is very similar to sort of Brazilian rosewood. And then this piece in the middle, this sort of, I don't know if you could call it spalted maple. I've seen it called snakewood, mango wood I've seen it called before as well, but it's a really nice sort of finishing touch. And obviously the wood changes will change the sound of the guitar a bit as well. Binding wise, you're still getting the double binding on the body and neck, but it's mahogany binding this time round. Inlays slightly different. You get a little sort of the Tanglewood T on the 12th fret, and then a very clean sort of look across the fretboard. The electrics, again, you have a step up here, so now you're onto a Fishman Precis system, which again has the tuner and everything built in. Really nice clear display on that one as well. And then another little aesthetic thing I just want to show you, because a lot of people prefer this and it can make or break the sort of choice of the guitar, and that's where the jack plugs in. So on here you see that there's sort of, it goes into the strap lock, whereas on a lot of other systems you get this which is separate. It sort of adds an extra cutaway and plastic thing onto the guitar. So definitely a sort of aesthetic thing, but worth showing you on camera as well. So that's the sort of spec differences. Actually, did I show you the tuners on this one? On this one you get these open gear sort of really nice sort of mechanical looking tuners, which feel very, very similar to the Grovers, so they're, you know, in that sort of quality. So yeah, that's the spec of these two guitars. So what I'm going to do this time around is, now I'm going to cut some sounds. I'm going to show you the camera mic, the mic tap like you saw before, and the plugged in as well. So we're going to go through all of that in this next section, and then I'm going to come back and give you my final thoughts on this series, a little bit of advice and what I think. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in a minute. again, guys. So hopefully in that little section there you saw and heard the differences between the two, and I managed to capture that well. I just want to say that across all of this, when I'm recording, with acoustic especially, there are a million different things you can do to sort of alter the sound of the guitar recording, positively or negatively. So I've tried to keep it as neutral as possible. There's nothing going on sort of after the recording to make it sound better or worse. So I just wanted to clarify that, because it's kind of tricky to capture an acoustic instrument, you know, in a very neutral way. I've learned across this series. So as for the guitars themselves, like I said, hopefully you've kind of heard the differences between the two. Now with the TW4, if you're sort of in the market for a guitar around the sort of, you know, £250–260 mark, which is the guitar I showed you in the video before, my honest advice to you would be strongly consider trying to get that budget, you know, up that extra £100, because with a guitar like this, you're moving on to solid top, you're getting upgrades across the board, and I just think that over the time you have the guitar, that extra £100 will go such a long way. So I would highly advise, you know, considering or trying just that next step up as well. But at the same time, if you're looking for a guitar in a budget that is higher, so this sort of, you know, the £500 kind of mark, again, consider the TW4, because you will save £150, and, you know, whilst this guitar is pretty much exactly what you would expect from an instrument, you know, priced at this point, it's a really nice sounding guitar. Again, fit and finish, playability, everything is spot on, and it will serve you really well. But the TW4 at $349 is punching way closer to this price point. So, you know, maybe there's an opportunity to save some money there as well. So, I've really got on with this TW4. It's done absolutely everything, you know, that I would want from a guitar, and I couldn't argue with the price point at all. So, in terms of, you know, the way this sounds, I do hear a sort of slightly fuller, sweeter sounding lower mid range in this guitar. That's really, you know, if you're sort of if you're playing it on your own, or maybe you're just a solo guitar player or something, I do think that, you know, will shine through. But really across the board, you know, right the way from the £99 guitar, that guitar played absolutely fine. It stayed in tune. I could change the tunings. I went in open C, then I went down to E flat and then standard, and it was absolutely fine. So obviously it was just, you know, there was no pickup in it. It was just a very simple guitar. But the fact that the playability right from the lowest price point all the way up to what I've shown you on that guitar has been really consistent across all the guitars. So that has really impressed me. But yeah, overall, my personal favourite has probably been the TW4, and I would highly recommend anyone in the price point below to perhaps try and sort of give it a go and see where you get. Or if you're at the price point above, again, try it. It might save you some money and give you what you need at a lower price point than you thought. So that concludes this little look into Tanglewood guitars around the sort of £100 to £500 mark. Hopefully it's been interesting. Hopefully I've managed to capture the recordings and really show the difference across the little range. And next time around we're going on to something that I'm much more comfortable with, back in electric guitar land, maybe back in Music Man guitar land. We'll see what comes up next. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.